Sorry. If we still got a Mandy? How are you doing, Mandy? Munching on your snacks still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Quick question. Kira, are you making it to DragonCon this year or no?
The financials are not looking wonderful at present.
Oh, okay.
If that changes, which it might, I will let you know.
Something, random $500?
I did get my random $500. The random $500 does not cover hotel and airfare.
Valid.
See, what we need to do is like if this becomes a thing that we do like every other year or whatever, we need to just start going in on like getting nice Airbnb that has like, a dozen beds in it, and we all just split the cost.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Next time.
I will let you know if that changes, but right now it's looking like no.
And Mandy needs to print a whole bunch of shit and go Artist Alley at DragonCon. You will make some big bucks at DragonCon if you could manage to get there.
My anxiety probably will not let me. Nor will my printer. It'll be like, you want how many prints, bitch?
How many? No. You get none.
That's right. It's like, oh, you thought, how about just one?
You just gotta sweet talk and be like, I'll get you that new ink cartridge,
Because Artist Alley is massive at DragonCon. It is always busy.
Phew. Alright, that's the air fryer you hear for Shorts' food.
The nuggies. All right. So, how long have we been live for, Izzy?
A minute or two?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so not too bad.
We were live. Okay.
Not too bad. Okay, cool. So, who would like to do a little recap of what happened last time?
It ain't me, because I missed half of it.
Iris.
Cool, not me.
No.
Iris, recap.
We're in a warpy dungeon, and we encountered some stuff, and we had a fight, and now we're deeper in this dungeon.
Can I get like a little more detail on what's happening here?
We fought some fungus guys.
Yeah. We fought some fungus zombie-ish weird things. That was because a plan did not go as well as we'd hoped. And then we snuck down to the floor down because basement has explosives. We also found the stairs to Waterdeep. If we need them.
We also found a random door behind a random door.
That's where the bombs are.
That's where the bombs are.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, we found the bombs, which is the room that Feyre is in. Feyre also heard the voice of an old friend that she is a little concerned about, but also very much like, we don't know what's going on, we need to hurry up. We also know that the Beholder's in the main audience chamber going on a very unhinged rant about things, along with more than a few of his followers. So we know where's a problem.
Oh, and there were people searching for us too.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another important update. Whist has like an entire bag of holding full of cute Beholder plushies.
Yeah. We also made the Jester dude very happy by giving him one of the plushies.
Yes, he's very happy.
Did we also get the Onyx statues?
Yes.
Yes, she also got those.
Because Feyre's like, if you're taking that, you have to take the statues because we can sell those.
And Whist was like, sure.
One day, Wisteria will come to, if not like money, at least understand the value and use of money. It's a process.
Step by step.
right. So, after thorough searching and use of the magic wand that you guys have,
Which I
that
think
came
we're
in
out of
clutch.
charges now.
And
on
big
that.
magic muscles to move the big bookcase or thing.
Mhm.
Those are very
Mhm.
magical muscles.
Torian just fucking, what was like, I think it was a crit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to move the fucking bookcase.
I think it was like a 30.
Yeah, it was a stone, big ass stone bookcase that Torian just like, I got this. Revealing a secret
on over a little bit.
revealing a secret room with another secret door that revealed a second secret room, and that is where all of the blast powder that Gnarl talked about.
We're starting to get a little stupid with the secret doors. Whoever designed this place is
This is the Xanathar Guild hideout, alright? It's chock full of weird shit. The reason why I'm low-key obsessed with Xanathar now. But yes, you see that there are approximately a metric fuck ton of blast powder. More than enough for you to blow up this entire place if you know where to place them. Specifically, there are... Yep, you have a map. You spoke to Thorvin. He pointed out exactly where you want to place it to bring this whole place down. There are specifically 20 kegs available for you, each of them written with a paper label saying, "Smoke powder, do not open," in both Common and Elvish. The air in the room is very musty. It's not used often. And there's a little bag in the corner of this room. And that's just on the floor. Very unceremoniously.
Well, I guess Feyre will investigate the bag when she has confirmed. Because I imagine Feyre would walk up to one of the barrels, read the label, nod to herself, but she knows what gunpowder is very well, so she would still crack it open just a little bit to make sure that's what's inside.
Check for traps.
Checking for traps. Roll me investigation if you want to check for traps. And there is a magic ping on the bag, Feyre. You've got your detect magic aura.
What kind of pink?
I don't know the actual magic tool, but it's not dangerous. It's not a bad ping. It's not a bad ping.
Let Iris roll her thing before Feyre does some shit.
And you said investigation?
Yep.
Not perception?
Sure.
Thank you.
I like that in pretty much all of my games. It's just like, okay, DM, you must know the type of every magic that is being used.
Yeah, it's like, man, it's not listed here. I don't know.
The fun of it in Rune Lords is that like all of those are associated with a particular sin too. So it's like, oh, pop quiz, oh fuck, oh shit.
Ah, shit, fuck. Starts flipping through the book. Oh shit, where is it?
I don't know why I ever closed that page.
Yeah. No, what you need to do is you just need to write it out or like print it out or something and just tape it beside your computer.
Yeah, have a sticky note.
Yeah, a little sticky note. Perfect. Alright. So, with a 23, you actually do see that there is a small little tripwire right on top of the bag. Positioned in a way that if you were to grab it by its handle and pull it up, it's looped through it so you would instead break that tripwire. And you can see that it actually connects to something behind one of the barrels. Following that line, you see it's attached to a little fire starter.
Yep. Yep.
I love that.
Rosette'll say, or will think out to everyone. Hold it.
Hold.
Don't move.
Hold what?
She's not going to respond to that. Can I cast dancing lights to like light up the string?
Yeah, definitely do that. Highlight it a little bit.
Yeah, make sure everyone can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren goes back into the other room and starts grabbing a bunch of beholder plushies.
Mm-hmm. There are, I believe, 48 of them left. One of them was given to the jester, and then Thera destroyed one of them.
And Whist has, like, a bunch of them in storage.
Mm-hmm. There's probably like 20 of them left.
Mm-hmm.
He takes what's left and brings it to the room and is like, so, did you want to, like, place these around and maybe have them kind of be a surprise for anyone coming down the hallway?
Farrah
You know, a little, like, booms.
Farrah just like holding the lid to this like barrel of gunpowder. It's like it's already kind of looking at Rosette, trying to figure out what she was doing. Turns fully to look at Torin.
Look, they don't expect the unexpected, so,
Well, they're
you
really
know...
not gonna be expecting when everything goes boom, because you do realize that's what we're planning on doing. There's not a whole lot of need to surprise them before we surprise them.
But, okay, so here's plan B. What if we do that, you know, put the big booms everywhere, but we carry little booms with us to throw behind us if we do get chased out of here?
What, you want to make a hand grenade plushie beholder?
That's
I
kind
mean,
of wonderful.
A toy bomb?
it doesn't, you know... They're going to get blown up either way because they're going to be here, so you might as well use them.
Thank you, Amy.
Miss God,
Mm-hmm.
can Whist run the numbers on whether it's feasible to make beholder plushie bombs?
So, it's not impossible. However, you'd need a place to build them, and you're gonna need some tool proficiencies to put this shit together. In theory, you could go back to Thorfin's workshop. If you wanted to make... I would say that there's probably like one extra keg that you could use to make these if you'd like. But it will take some time.
Whist looks around, looks at the beholder plushies. Yeah, got some wicked thoughts, don't you?
Well, you know, I do put rocks in socks, so why not gunpowder in beholders and make a beholder bomb?
Because you'd
I
be
don't know.
blowing them up.
Well, it's not like we're taking all of them with us anyway. They're going to get blown up and...
Only because I can't carry them all. Whist is a little sad, and then she thinks about it, starts running the numbers in her head. Although, I suppose, if we had the right tools, it is a possibility. It might be good to have something around to throw in our wake if we're gonna be flitting about through the hallways. But... And then she looks at Torin. Did I suppose you've got yourself a... What the fuck is it called? Explosives. A demolitions degree, do you?
No, but I have the audacity.
Oh, aye. Audacity will get you real far.
Farah is just like looking between them, and then slowly raises the lid that is in her hands. And do you ever get really frustrated and just like pick up a book and just like kind of start tapping your forehead against it? Like a simulation of like, I'm gonna bang my head into something. That is what she starts to do. So, oh god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, how pressed of, for time are we?
Is that above table or in character?
I mean, probably Ian, just for like, are we shitting and getting, or are we?
I don't know about all the rest of you, but I would like to get this done and over with as fast as possible. Because the longer we take, the more likely it is that we get caught by the big eyeball upstairs that we do not want to get caught by.
By the way, the trap's disarmed.
Thank
You're free to
you,
move
Rosette.
around. Copy now.
Pharaoh will place the lid back on the barrel, look at Torin, and just like, hey, if you can figure out how to stick some gunpowder in a couple of those on the go without blowing yourself up, feel free. Just, we do like your fingers intact because you actually are rather useful with punching. So keep that in mind.
He starts like stuffing his shirt with beholder plushies. Just for shits and giggles. Maybe I'll try, maybe I won't. Either way, I've got them with me.
Yeah. Keep them like that. You got some padding. Maybe it won't hurt so much when you get smacked by something.
That's also a thought.
And she will turn and pick up the bag.
Looks like a simple, dusty satchel.
What's in the bag?
Nothing. However, your hand does go a bit farther than you think it would. It's a bag of holding.
Bag of holding to shove all of these barrels into.
Perfect.
How'd you think they got down there?
It's like you see, like, Feyre pick it up, examine the outside, open it up, frown, kind of turn it upside down, shake it, then reach in, and then reach in, and reach in, and reach in. It's like, okay. And then she starts trying to work the barrels into them.
Yeah. One by one, you can get the barrels into the bag. Does not take all too long to...
Bless you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Doesn't take long to empty the room and leave nothing except dust and the remains of that trap that Rosette disarmed.
So, above table question for all of this, Amy. So I know if it is something that needs to be addressed in character and discussed, or if it's just something we would kind of know. We know where to place barrels.
Yes.
Are we running under the assumption that, like, when we are done, we just blow up the nearest barrel and run, and just the series of explosions or the, like, series of things falling down will cause the others to explode? Or are we having to figure out a way of igniting multiple of them in different locations at the same time?
So, you guys would all know in character because Thorvin would have explained it to you. If you have all of these barrels go off, the lair doesn't instantly collapse, but it will collapse after an hour. So in theory, if you want, you can put yourself on a timer and just ignite each one as you go. Or if you want, you could try and fashion something to ignite them all at the same time when you guys are about to leave. But if you do start igniting, I would say once you have more than half of them ignited, that's when the hour timer starts. But it's possible to do either or. It would just take some planning and connecting of certain things. Because also, once you have your little NPC groups, you could have everyone be in charge of certain areas to ignite and set.
Yeah, it feels like if we break the groups up, then their jobs can be place and then ignite.
Right now, your main concern is while you're doing this, there are still dangers in the dungeon that you will run into.
Yeah,
So it's a matter of
concern of breaking them up. Because ideally, we would not break up the player character party.
Yep.
Which means that the NPCs have a good chance of running into shit and dying, and not completing the job. If we are just relying on them to both place and set off immediately after, rather than place all of them and then, split to like set off really fast, because then you can just like toss a match and run and toss a match and run.
So do you want to have it so that the NPCs are splitting up for the group, or like?
Okay, so this is this is why I wanted to go ahead and get this conversation over, because this is gonna be a whole thing because of all of our different neurospacies, I think, too. What I am saying is that as an entire group, we need to place all of these before any splitting up happens.
Okay.
Because if we give half the barrels to an NPC group and expect them to both place and blow up, there is no guaranteeing that the NPC group succeeds.
Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah. I'm fine with that.
Unless this is getting too complicated, Amy.
No. This is like the issue that I figured you guys would have and come to an agreement on how to handle it. Because there's also the option of clearing the dungeon and then just doing whatever you want after everything's settled.
I really don't want to fight a beholder at this level.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then we can try and brainstorm while we're walking away to detonate them, either detonate them all remotely or to, make our breakout groups.
Yeah, we're still looking for Sneaky Boots captain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was somebody else that was mentioned at some point. I'm not sure. But I figure we will find Sneaky Boots captain in the process of placing, because that's going to force us to go into a couple places we've not gone into yet.
Alright.
Is there other thoughts, Iris, Mandy?
Honestly, I'm just along for the ride on this one. I'm cool with going with what y'all think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the cartoon leave a trail of gunpowder to each barrel and then light it at the end is going to work.
I kind of wish it did, though.
I know, it was super simple.
Yeah, not a gunpowder trail, but because that might just get blown away or stepped on. But a fuse.
Yeah, be like, oh no, it's coming! Quick, separate the line.
I don't think we have that much fuse.
Yeah.
Well, actually, so the portal we went into to get here, where we were actually,
is gone.
Like, it's not possible to get it back. Okay.
No.
Okay.
We'd have to go all the way, walk up the stairs back to Waterdeep, go down into the sewers again, and then hop through again.
No. Okay.
Yeah, Amy buried the lead on that one, so we bullied her slightly. But we are trapped here momentarily.
Got it. Okay. Well, why don't can we make a chain effect? Is that possible?
Yeah, that was one of my initial questions. Like, that was my part of what my initial question was like, do we have to drop a match into each of these barrels to get them to all go off, or are some of them going to go off simply by proximity and or other destruction happening?
I will say that you can probably fashion them to go off one after another in a chain, but the different floors aren't going to react to each other. Because there's like 2 separate floors separated by like a bunch of stone and rock.
Yeah. So looking at these X's that I see on these 2 maps. We'd have to first one, second floor, 2 X's. We could fashion something to happen to where we only have to ignite one and both of them would go off, right?
Yep.
And then the other one, first floor, where we have what? 6? 7? 6?
7. I would say that the one all the way at the bottom, I feel like that's just out of range.
Okay. So we could set it off with 2, possibly 3.
Yes. I would say you need 2. All the ones on the top are close enough together that they'd set each other off. It's just the bottom one is too isolated. So you need 2 on the first floor and just 1 on the second floor to get both of those off.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they in the Doom room right now? Wait, no, that doesn't say Doom. That says door. I'm not wearing my glasses, so
It's
that's
okay.
fine.
It's okay.
So aren't they in that circular room right now?
Yes.
So we'll need to wait for them to vacate before we can hit that last one, right?
Yes.
We're on the second floor right now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And
which
the
is
room
below
we're
the first
in,
floor.
The room we're in right now is the second X, the X all the way to the right?
No,
that's
a hidden one that's not pictured here.
Yeah, it's to the bottom right of that X.
So, like, if you look at the map on Roll20, the bottom square underneath the oval is the room Sneaky Boots and Yagra is in. Over here.
That one, and then I'm looking back at the map.
So the oval, we have to go back through the room Yagra's in and up the corridor to a room we've not explored yet.
Oh, okay. Got it.
My argument here for some strategizing, we go ahead and first we just go ahead and get second floor like prepared and everything. Period. Because like what's the point?
We can just do that now.
Then we try to place everything else before we go into the room that Xanathar was initially in.
Okay.
And we leave that one for last, both because we don't know what's going on upstairs. Of course, it might change once we get upstairs. But also that feels like the most likely place for Xanathar to be, and or the most likely place to piss off Xanathar if his little fish pet is in there.
That seems good to me.
Iris, Mandy?
I have no idea. I'm like torn right now. Y'all just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Well, you do know where the maps we're talking about are, right? With the X's on it?
No.
Handouts.
See, I'm just listening. I'm like,
shitty MS Paint drawings.
I love the MS Paint drawings though because they look hand drawn, and we're getting hand drawn maps.
Yeah, so if you go look at the handouts, Mandy, the 2 gray MS Paint maps, the red X's are where we have to place barrels. Iris? Thoughts, opinions, agreements, disagreements?
Definitely clear the bottom floor first. Like you said, that's the fastest. Looking at the first floor map right now, see if there's any comments I got for that.
Would you guys like a hint
Sure.
of something that might help you guys.
That's welcome.
That bottom room on the first floor with that lonely X.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you guys have seen of this place and have discovered, there might be another entrance into that room.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for that, because we still have 1 charge left on that wand.
And all the more reason to leave that one till the end. Because if there is an extra entrance, then that might be an oh shit getaway.
Yep.
Alright, so should we start putting the ones on the second floor then? And then heading up to the oval room or whatever? Yeah, because we have to put one there. So we'll put one in that first room, and then we'll head up to the oval room.
Yeah, so do we need to put one in each individual room, or do we just stack a whole bunch at each X?
4, 5, 7, 8, 9. It's a couple of them at each X.
Okay.
Depending on the size of the room. I'm not going to be a stickler for how many you put. Just, 2 or 3 at each one.
Okay, so I don't necessarily think we have to drop one here. Just to make sure that we get everything that we need for the X's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's head on up. Question mark?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you all finish your discussion, you see, the NPCs are all having their own discussion. Some of them having more fun than others. The one having the least amount of fun is Davil. The one having the most amount of fun is the Jester.
Of course.
The sliding scale of Aaron to Yagra and Sneaky Boots. Most to least fun. But as you guys go back into the hallway and you approach the other door, I'm assuming you're trying to listen for shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't hear anything. No sounds at all.
Do I get a ping as I get close to the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of different things going on. You can probably feel the same ping as the previous room you were in. Some of it's probably just magical lights that are just there to illuminate the place. But there's a couple of, large magic presences in the room.
Figure gets close to the door, Figure pauses, you see her kind of blink, and she's like her eye darting around like she's looking at something. And then she does that 2-inch kind of sink down as she pulls Riptide out.
Activate Knuckles.
Activate
bow.
Dagger.
Yagra, come here.
Yagra on her way. Activate axe. More activate daggers. Activate halberd. Activate jokes.
Activate silence.
Deactivating jokes.
Activate silence.
Yeah, you're free to open the door whenever you're ready.
She will very slowly creak it open.
The door creaks open very loudly. It feels like this has not been oiled at all in its entire fucking lifespan. But as you look inside, the first thing that catches your eye is a large floor-to-ceiling crystal shaped into a cylinder. Multiple of them. In fact, as you walk in, you would count 4. Each one is preserving a beholder. You see them all floating there, lifeless, surrounded in a fluid, kind of floating. You see magical lights are illuminating each beholder from inside the crystal. You also see alcoves along the entire walls. Each one has a little mural of different beholders painted onto the walls. And each one also has a beholder-shaped copper urn on top of a green marble pedestal. The lid of each one is molded with 10 eye stars. The western wall is carved into a giant display of a scouting beholder, flanked by 2 hooded wizards. And beneath each of the wizard's cowl, you only see 1 eye visible.
Feyre like creeps up, just staring. And like will wave a single hand to see if like the 2 beholders in front of her move or twitch or anything. Shakes her head. Well, this is fucking creepy.
No reaction at all. They're just floating in the fluid beneath the crystal.
Can I brain at this?
Yep.
Alright. Whist and her massive brain will come over.
Oh, me a nice check.
Let's see. What we got here? Alright. Let me get my dice. Because I can't read this sheet. Everything is so small. Good enough for me. What we got? Alright, that is a 14 plus a 7. That's a 7.
21.
So,
alright.
Yeah.
So, Whist, you go forward, you get closer. Because there doesn't seem to be any danger. Feyre's not cursing yet. Yet. And there's something about the viscosity of the liquid. Something about the way that each beholder eye stalk slightly sways. You know that this is embalming fluid.
Guess.
So it's their gross hall of heroes, is it?
I think they're preparing the others for the mausoleum, perhaps. It's not exactly a cozy atmosphere, is it?
Fucking say that again.
So, we're meant to blow this room up?
Feyre nods.
Whether we're meant to or not, I'd want to do it anyways.
We might need to go ahead and leave an extra 1 or 2 casks of gunpowder in this room.
Obviously, things are not always dead here.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and Feyre will step in and we'll go ahead and start pulling out an extra cask to put in front of each of these crystals.
So, the eye stalks on top of the urns, are any of them, like, okay. The eye stalks, you can use them, right? Like wands or whatever?
What?
You want to, like, take them off and, like, save them for later?
Yeah, because can't you use a beholder eye stalk or something?
Depends on if the 5e campaign is allowing you to like take monster parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I just thought that was a rule.
I run with a lot of looting of monster parts because I think it is amusing. That is not true to 5e necessarily.
Yeah,
All
also, slight miscommunication, I believe, on my part. So the lid of each urn is molded with eye stalks. It's not actually the eye stalks itself.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're eye socks.
The actual
gotcha.
eye stalks, like if you zoom in really, really close to the crystals, you can see the beholders in them. It's the little white things inside the
I
crystal.
don't know if I can see that at all right now.
Get
Oh, you can
really
see 'em.
close to your screen.
Thank you for that, because I was like,
Oh, okay. I got really close to my screen and I can see it now.
I was like, oh, these crystals are sparkly.
Yeah, I thought it was just sparkle too.
Mm-hmm. But what's everyone's passive perceptions again?
You're making me open my sheet and read numbers. Fucking 17.
Yeah. 14.
15.
16.
So all of you would notice this, actually. It honestly, you know what? This makes sense. I feel like this tracks. I feel like everyone in this room except for the Jester, Yagra, and Aaron would also notice this. Something about the way that the mural on the right is carved. Something about the way the light catches it. All of you see a little glinting in the side of your eye. The two wizards on either side of the beholder, their single eye that's showing, both of them, appears to be a button.
Alright, who's good with figuring these things out? Looks at Whist.
Whist can Whist brain at it, GM? I'm just gonna
Trap?
keep asking you that.
Now
Now
no.
that I've done this. Okay.
I'll say this is not anything medical related. Or
No,
Whist
it
area.
doesn't have to be medical related.
So what do you mean by brain at this? What are you trying to do here?
It's I just mean that Whist has fairly high int and whiz. So is there anything that she would notice or be able to put together from it? Is what I'm asking.
Do their eyes look different colors? Are they?
Piece together more than it's just a button.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll me investigation.
All right.
I'll pick you up if you need to get up closer.
All right, that's another 14. Investigation is 6. 20.
Okay, List. So you investigated a bit further, looking closer to it. And something you also notice is that the beholder in the center of the mural, its eye looks a bit shinier than the wall. It looks like a crystal. It looks like it's been polished and buffed to try and hide the fact that it's different from regular stone. But it is. You can probably put together that pushing this button will have that eye crystal do something.
It's the one on the right.
Whist will. I imagine she's up on Torin's shoulders to study this. And she will gesture and like turn Torin toward the rest of the party.
Oh, hey, Ratatouille, just turn it.
Ratatouille a bit. And she will gesture toward the one in the center. I think there might be something afoot here. If you press the button over there, something might happen with this. Well, it's meant to be an eye, but if you examine it more closely, it's some sort of gem.
So do we press it or kind of like press it and then roll out of the way real quick? What are we doing?
Well, I can't determine what happens, but Feyre, you want to take a look at this?
It's kind of looking at this giant mural very suspiciously, but we'll slowly get closer to look at it. detect magic.
You do, in fact, detect magic. Quite a few of them. The magic that you're getting gives you conjuration.
Figures kind of looks at it, and then you see her eye get a little bit bigger, and she again hand drifts towards Riptide. We are not touching any buttons. We are not activating. That's going to pull something out of thin air, and it's going to be a problem.
Wist will nod, and I imagine she like taps Torin on the shoulder to be lowered again.
Okay.
Alright, we're no pressing that one. No pressing.
Can she tell what type of gem it is? Amy?
Yeah, what's up?
Can she tell what type of gem it is?
Well,
Quartz.
looking closer, you see that it's something that's very glass-like. You'd probably guess it's something close to, like, a shiny obsidian.
Kind of like the trophies.
Kinda.
Is this the center one, or are we looking at the right one that had the weird thing?
It's the center one.
Well, we should check out the right one too. It looks funny. He's looking at me funny with that. I don't like the way the fellow's looking at me.
We can take a look at the other one too. I feel like as Wist looks up at this mural, there's just that it's there. She's keeping it under wraps, but there's that tiny want to press the button. that longing.
There's only one way to find out what it does.
Exactly. She just wants to know what it does.
Yeah.
Do it.
No.
Don't do it.
I mean, how else are you gonna find out?
She said she wouldn't, so she won't. But there's that tiny little mischievous part of her that wants to.
Say, never mind, it's out of range.
And I'm assuming there's not any magic pinging from the alcoves and the urns, right?
Not really. Nothing of note.
So it's just the crystals and then the giant mural on this wall.
Yup.
You good, Amy?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm getting spammed.
Do you need a minute?
Yeah, if you need a second.
No, all good. Yeah, it's the crystals, it's the beholder urns that are in each alcove, it's the large carving on the wall with the hidden buttons on it.
So she is getting magic from the urns. Because he just said no.
Oh, I was just talking about in general for what's in the room.
Okay.
Mhm.
And there's not a giant mural on this wall?
Nope, it's only on the west wall.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna finish putting the casks and we're gonna fucking leave.
That's valid. That's valid. Let's
You're
do
not
that.
setting off this trap. Go, go,
I
go.
agree with this.
Wist looks very wistfully over her shoulder at the button as they leave.
Turn her around and push her down the hall. Let's go.
But
will turn around, and before Torin can turn around and do anything, grab the hem of his shirt and drag him along too.
I guess we'll never know.
I thought you liked gambling, Farah.
There's a difference between gambling for money and shinies and gambling with your life.
But isn't it a bit thrilling, though? Not knowing.
Alright, Miss Immortal, whatever the fuck your age is, I like living. Come on!
Wistful, as they're walking, just sort of pouting. I'm not that old. Wist actually is that old.
Fair's like, you can gamble with your life. You've lived more.
I get that once you get to however old you are. Shit's just funny.
Fair's gonna bring the crew this way. Come on, Torin.
Following. And I'm away from computer for just a second.
Cool. Oop. I'll drag Torin. And I guess I'll drag Rosette, too.
I'm literally right. Okay. Everyone moved. I am sorry. I looked up. Everyone was still in this room. So I switched tabs, and now everyone's gone.
No, we talked about leaving. Okay. As
Rosette was also looking at the button.
Her shorts.
Fair just like weaving her hands. Forget about the button. Nobody's touching the button. We are leaving.
Okay. So, as you make your way down this hallway, you come across another door. Now, what do you think is better? Farah's sense of smell or her hearing?
I don't know. Well, no, I do know. Her sense of smell, because we already established she has kind of like demon sniff. She could smell sulfur and shit.
Gotcha. So, the first thing as you go down this hallway, away from the button, those fucking buttons, right? Can't trust them. The first thing that you smell is smoke. And as you get closer and closer, you're able to discern that it's not just smoke. It's something burning. You're not quite sure what. You're not sure if it smells good, bad. It's a lot of smoke. The second thing that you hear is just clanging of metal on metal, kind of echoing throughout the area.
Blacksmith? Blacksmith, methinks. Fair just like tilts her head, looks over her shoulder. Yeah, pretty sure we found whatever passes as a forge down here. Did she hear voices at all?
Sorry again?
Wasn't the forge wasn't that other guy the forge master?
So technically that was a tool workshop for an engineer for building stuff.
Oh, okay. Understood. Ignore me. Sorry.
Straining your ear, you hear very far away muffled voices, but more importantly, you do hear movement. And again, it's kind of hard to hear over the banging that's happening.
Hero just very slowly put her hand on Riptide, prepared, and crack the door. Hello.
So, opening the door, a bunch of black smoke just goes into the hallway, clinging to the ceiling. Now that you've opened the door, the stench of burnt meat and toasted bread fills the area. You see what looks to be a kitchen. Very crowded, very full, with one haggard, tired halfling man frantically trying to cook multiple dishes at once. You see his apron is askew and covered in different stains and sauces that got spilled on him. As you open the door, he turns to look over his shoulder, look at you, and you see eyes of shock and then a full body relief as he unties his apron, takes it off, starts walking up to you. Okay, finally. Okay. So I haven't had a break in at least half a week. You got to make sure that you stir that sauce every 5 minutes. It's almost done, but as soon as it's done, it'll take I think I have 30. No. Just 20 minutes left on it, and then I have the oven. It's got the rest of it in there already, almost done. You got to pull that out in 15 minutes. The bread's already toasted. I have it on one of the pans, keeping it warm so that you can just put everything together. But okay, cool. Just gonna hand you the apron. Are you gonna take it?
Whist will take it.
You'll take it.
Do you know what I
This will-
immediately thought?
What?
New recruit for the tavern.
Yeah. How would you like consistent work hours and benefits?
And breaks.
Whis takes the apron.
Yeah, Whist takes the apron and she just starts putting it on. Just,
Alright.
He seems so authoritative. She mumbles to herself a little.
You take the apron, and it's like you just took a burden off of him as you'd hand over the apron. And he just sits down on a little chair next to the door, pulls out a little cantina of water, and just starts sipping, catching his breath.
Just Fair looking over her shoulder at their troop of weirdos. Looks back at this guy. Is this a human or is this an elf or kind of looks
It's
like
a halfling.
It's halfling.
Oh, halfling. Okay.
He's a halfling.
Whis goes to cook.
The man needs a break.
There it is
You hear-
slowly stepping in.
There's looks of confusion of what's happening up there. You get from the rest of the group, namely Dabble.
I don't like what's around the corner.
Oh yeah, as you enter the room and you turn around the corner, you see another kitchen. This one in much better condition. You smell a delightful aroma of different spices blending together. You see 7 kobolds, all of them wearing white chef hats, dashing in between tables and stoves. You see 2 gazers just floating, watching them, aimlessly just chilling.
Fair will not come around the corner any further. We'll just turn back to this halfling and kind of tilt her head. And, I don't think we've really been introduced. Who are you exactly?
He takes a sip of water. And he holds out a small little hand out to you. Name is. Oh, fuck.
Oh fuck! I gotcha.
No, sorry, the smoke. I burned something earlier. Okay. Name is Beppis Honeymaker. I don't think we've met. I mean, when did they get you guys?
Recent arrivals.
Oh, that sucks. Did they get all of you?
Yes, and
Yeah.
trial by fire. Literally.
Wait, you saying they kidnapped you?
He nods, and he furrows his brow. He's like, wait, did they not kidnap you? Did you
Oh,
guys not get
honeybee.
kidnapped?
Feyre just like claps her hands together, rubs them together. There's a grin.
He looks a little nervous. You're not like. I mean, I can. You're not here to kill me, right? I can get better at cooking. I
We
can.
are here to make sure that you do not have to cook for whoever the fuck you're trying to cook for ever again. And I
Liberate you.
like cooking. What did Torrin say?
To liberate you.
His eyes widen. He's like, wait, did my family send you guys?
No. Let's
Oh.
just say that we are some dedicated troublemakers that decide we did not like Mr. You Know Who upstairs.
Look, I don't really want any trouble.
You want
I'm
out
not
here?
even. Well, that'd be nice. I'd like to go see my family again.
Yeah, then you'll join in with us. Better than being stuck here forever until he decides to eat you, right?
He gulps and then nods.
Attaboy. Pat on shoulder.
It's like, I don't even know why they put me in the kitchen. I am not a cook.
Where did they snatch you up from? Why did they snatch you up?
What is their skill set?
And he runs a hand through his hair, kind of scratching his head. By the way, this is him.
Oh, what a honeybee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gives a smile. He's like, yeah, they kind of snatched me up when I was on my way back home. Live in Trades Ward. I'm actually a honey merchant. Make it myself. He looks pretty proud of that, actually.
Well, we're all, well, not necessarily Waterdeep natives, but Waterdeep business people ourselves, so we can appreciate honest merchant. Run a little tavern on the side when we're not, causing trouble.
Or inside is thinking of nothing but honey mead.
The wine's the best.
And
Yeah.
we need a not the time, Thorin.
Twist is just cooking in the background.
You got any type of skills with a weapon or nothing?
He just shakes his head. He kind of pales at that. He's like, no, I don't really use those. I just know how to drive a cart and raise my bees and spend time with my wife and my kids.
Fair nods. Do you know how to get to the stairs that lead up to Waterdeep?
He looks at you. There's stairs that lead back home.
Fair nods.
You should stay in the middle of the group.
He looks around the corner, sees a group of people. It's like, whoa. There's a lot of you.
There's a lot of us. We are picking up everybody that wants to get the fuck out of here and is not going to be wanting to deal with Xanathar or help him none.
Is there anything I can do to help? I can...
How soon is all
Right.
this supposed to go upstairs?
Oh, well, I don't cook for that guy. I'm in charge of the little thing that they've got in the other room. The recreation hall, I think is what they called it. It's just where all the thugs just talk and order a lot of food. A lot of food. And they just complain about it, even though they know I'm not a cook. But if I don't cook, they're gonna feed me to something I don't even know.
Fair
Aw.
just takes a
Aw.
Fear takes a half step to the side, looks down the hall, sees the kobolds again. And are they your helpers or your keepers? And she points that direction.
He just looks over to the kobolds. Like, I mean, they're just there. I don't really work with them. They are the ones who actually cook for the leader. I mean, I guess the floaty guys, I guess they're the ones that keep us in check. I don't know. But they get all the good equipment and all the good things.
There's a look of deep spiritual kinship over Wis's shoulder at this man.
And as you look at the two kitchens, you see it looks like the kitchen at the top is the kitchen. And then the one you're in would be called the other kitchen. Sorry, if I want to be specific, these rooms are titled Xanathar's Gourmet Kitchen and the Other Kitchen. One is a lot more higher quality.
We don't
Unfortunate-
even need to go in there, though, do we?
We do.
Ah, shite.
Part of me wants to take him with us. Part of me is like, maybe he can count time and he can be the one to set this trap up.
He deserves to be able to blow it up.
Fuck this place. Mm-hmm.
Wist is running from counter to counter, trying to keep the cooking going.
How is
I
Wist
have a
faring?
question.
Oh, question?
Because I'll be honest, I'm not 100% because I don't remember.
Mhm.
Are we worried about the Jester knowing that we're... Like, does Jester know that we're not with Xanathar?
I'm pretty sure
I
he
do
does.
remember.
I mean, it's
Well, I know
talked
that we
about
were
enough.
also keeping him away from the whatever chat y'all call it.
The Discord group
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also a matter of, like, Xanathar was about to kill him anyway. Like, he knew that Xanathar was getting bored with him and was going to kill him.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys have talked enough about it, and there's not much of a reaction from Jester. He seems more concerned about coming up with new material for his jokes and his riddles.
He's just another weirdo that has been acquired by Xanathar.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it could be entertainment for, the laugh night or whatever. What's it called?
Open
Comedy
mic night at Troll's Skull.
Yeah.
Are you guys just using this dungeon as a recruiting place?
Fucking might
I
as
mean,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, you know
Who needs a
what?
job there
Valid.
when you... Who needs
We got
a job
honey
there?
wine, honey mead, entertainment.
Yeah, you
This
guys.
stream is brought to you by ZipRecruiter.
I will say that looking at your list of allies and friends, you do have Eileen, who is your brewery person making alcohol drinks, if you get Beppis, you can have her start making some good quality honey mead.
Yeah, that's
Come
the
on,
plan of
Eileen.
like giving him like,
Mhm.
well, if you survive this, if we all survive this, come by Troll Skull. We will set you up. We'll become business partners later. We're not going to talk about the details right now.
So y'all can start networking and shit.
I mean, this is hilarious and awesome.
Do you want to know what's extra funny for me? This is his name, like from the book.
This
Beppis?
man's name is Beppis.
His name is Beppis Honeymaker.
He is off-brand Pepsi. Legit.
That's what I was about to say. That's what me and Matt. That's what we call Pepsi. So
Matt calls it Pepsi Beepus for a very specific reason. So
no, we just call it Beppis now. So it's just like for me, just calling this guy Pepsi. His name is Beppis.
Mr. Pepsi Honeymaker.
Maybe that'd be a bad flavor of Pepsi. Let's not.
It just makes me think of a restaurant called Buca de Beppo. And that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
There are questions as your gang slowly filters in. You see that as you're in view of the kobolds and the gazers, no one really reacts to you guys, just chilling in the other kitchen. So y'all are fine to move around. But there are so many fucking questions on Davil and Zybon's faces. Yagra kind of looks hungry.
Yep, sees food.
Yeah, she's made her way over to Whist, actually. She's kind of looking over Whist's shoulders. Whist, how are you doing taking over cooking for a fucking entire restaurant by yourself?
I feel like Whist is not a bad cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's lived on her own for a fairly long time. However, she's lived on her own for a very long time. So she's not used to these quantities.
Yeah.
So I feel like in typical Whist fashion, she's gotten just a bit overwhelmed. She's doing her best.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it probably does have more of a handle on it than people who have not tried to cook very often would, you know?
Yeah, okay. You're hanging in there, but barely.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to also swat Yagra's hands away.
Yagra comes up and Whis just looks at her and goes, "Oh, are you rolling these to the tables? It looks like I've got ready on 8.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Here, I'll take it. Yeah, I can totally do that. Let me just grab that for you. Which one is this?
8. It looks like you walk in and you turn to the right. It should be right there.
Yeah, okay, I got it. She'll take it and she's gonna go.
Whist
around the corner and eat it.
She's just too busy right now to wonder what's going to happen to that food.
Fair
And
just looks as like Yagra disappears. She'll be fine. We'll hear the chaos if something happens. We'll hear the screaming. Turns back to Beppis. Yeah. You're wanting to get out of here and get back home. How about you and all of us cut a little bit of a deal? And Figure will sit on the edge of the counter that he is on.
Okay. He looks at you, looks at the water, drinks some more, looks back at you.
Hey, we are going to be, let's just say making sure this place is permanently shut down by the end of it. All we need from you is to drop a nice little match and a couple of containers of some powder, and then you just run, and we'll tell you exactly where the stairs are for you to run to.
I think I can do that, but aren't you guys, like, scared of getting caught by them, or like if they catch you and they're upset with you, they're gonna feed you to the mind flayer. You guys seem nice. I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Service! I've got service on 10.
Fair. Just not even reacting to Wisteria.
Aaron will take it.
Just lifts
Yeah.
Riptide up. Well, let's just say we have a few skills of our own to make sure that is not a problem.
We are pretty good at taking care of ourselves.
I guess okay. I can drop a match, and then I mean I am pretty fast. I won the race every year as a kid, so I can probably run.
Perfect.
I'm
You
good at
just-
running.
You just wait for what? So like Pharaoh looked to her. Is that an hour and a half? Unless you start hearing some big booms or something like that, then you just go ahead and drop the match and run.
Okay, I can do that. I can. But wait, what about the other guys? He like leans over, peeks around the corner to all the kobolds who are just running back and forth, looking like a professional kitchen.
Has it been implied to you that they are also here unwillingly?
He kind of thinks about it for a second. He shrugs. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't really talk to them. They really just seem to be well, I don't want to be rude and call them mean names. I feel like that's just really mean and wrong for me to say about someone or people. But they're a little rude sometimes about the cooking.
We will have a conversation with them when we head up into that room and decide what will happen afterward. You do not have to worry about them. You just make good on your deal, and then you'll be out of here back to your family without any issue. And you can come talk to us at Troll Skull Tavern once you get back upside and have rested yourself up a bit.
Rosette'll actually write the address on a piece of paper for him.
He looks at it, and he squints his head. Squints his head? No, he squints his eyes. It's like, wait, wasn't that didn't that just open? It's been right. I've been down here for a month. Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Good man. And Pharaoh will pull out the maps to show him the path to get from the kitchen to the staircase.
He'll
Rosette'll make a
memorize
copy
that
for
shit.
him.
Yeah, he will memorize that shit to heart. He will take the copy that Rosette makes him and holds it against his chest. That's his ticket to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had a thought.
Mhm.
There are barrels in here, right? Can't he just put one next to, like, close to the fireplace, essentially? Or something like that? Or close to the stove?
Well, the axe is in the room with the kobolds.
Yeah, so it's got to be the other kitchen.
So it has to be exact, okay.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be the exact placement, just in that room.
But this conversation is going, Torrens
Mhm.
kind of creeping over to Jester and be like, oh, hey. And kind of whispers and kind of looks over his shoulder while Whist is cooking. You know, the room we just came from that had these tapestries, they had some sort of button. No, you know a lot about this place. And do you know what would have happened if we had pushed the button?
You said you're asking the jester?
Yes.
He looks at you.
Very quietly.
Yeah, he gestures for you to come closer.
He kneels down.
Mm-hmm.
Speak, Bojangles, let's go.
Get even closer. Whisper into Torin's ear. Those would have taken you to another place, I think. Or you would have died.
Well, I had reckoned the last part, but I was hoping for something good.
Well, I know I saw someone once push the button, and then they disappeared into a pile of ash.
Oh.
But then I saw them later. So,
What?
I do not know what
What is-
happened.
That's odd.
He
Are
nods
you
his head.
two gonna stand around gabbing, or are you gonna help me with these orders?
Well, I was thinking that, why
That's
feed people
gabbing,
that
that's
are just...
gabbing! Wist
They
will
want to
hand,
be,
Wist will
won't
hand
be
them both
hungry when they're
plates.
blown up. He takes both plates and goes down the hallway yelling, "Hot stuff coming through!" And he just keeps going, looking back over his shoulder at the jester. And kind of...
Oh. Do you give the
Table
jester a plate
6.
too?
Yeah, give the gesture a plate.
Okay. Following Torin. So, we're gonna put a pause in the kitchen scene. As Torin, you walk into this room with the jester hot on your tails. Fucking, this plate's hot as fuck. How the fuck did she hold it like that? But you enter this room and you see a couple of tables filled with people. All of them various lowlives. All looks like they're drinking, eating, gambling, having a good time. Or you'd think that they would be. Except as you turn the corner and you look, you see that it looks like the orders were delivered. They're on the tables. You see someone's, looks like they even started eating the first one that was sent through with Yagra. But you see that it looks like Yagra has her axe out. And you see that Aaron is holding one guy up by his scruff. And it looks like everyone was kind of paused in this tense moment here. As you open the door.
Oh, don't mind me. I think this goes to number 12.
One drunk guy in the back raises his hand.
He makes his way over.
Jester is following you, skipping as much as he can, despite the fact that his
I don't know if
finky's
we're
hurt.
still- I don't know if we're hooked up to the Discord chat or not, but there's things happening in here. Weapons were drawn, partially.
I think Rosette would have
May need
Torin
some
in
help.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a mile range.
Props plates on the table. There you go. Very hot. Be careful. Hot plate, and sets it down.
Set it down. Jester also sets it down. He doesn't give a shit about the current atmosphere and mood. He was given a job. He's gonna do it. He wants to put the plate down too. But you can hear a pin drop, Torin. There's just dead silence.
He looks over at Yagra and the other party member and be like, "Y'all are wanted back in the kitchen. I can't believe you're in here fooling around. Let's go. And he tries to grab him by the arms and brings him back into the kitchen.
Are you gonna... Okay, so right now Yagra has kind of got her axe out and is facing the group. And Aaron's got fucking hands on the scruff, kind of pulling this guy up out of his seat by the collar. Which one are you gonna try and grab? Which one are you gonna try and pull back? Because it looks like neither of them want to.
Don't know. You're not getting paid at all for any of this. Let's go. We've got hot plates that need to be delivered. What's the problem here?
See, Yagra looks over her shoulder at you, and she lowers her voice. She's like, I didn't start this. I was just talking with these guys. She's the one that... Torin, this happens, you see the other people are slowly starting to like. The spell of silence has been broken, and now they're all kind of wondering, is this about to be a fight? Let me grab my
no.
weapon, just in
No,
case.
this is fine. We're just having a little cook problem in the kitchen. No need. Everything's fine. Except Bojangles. Bojangles, you're needed in the kitchen. Scurry on back there with a, go.
Jingle, jingle. He's gonna camper over. Hop, skip. Not reading
Let the
the
chef
mood.
know that we're a little bit tied up right now, and we'll be there in a moment, hopefully. He gives the gesture the look of, please go tell them something's happening. Whether he
Gesture
gets
looks
it or
at you.
not.
Yeah, it just looks at you. There's a little salute that jingles the hat even more. He's gonna go ahead and cartwheel down the hallway. Now we're gonna pop back over to this group. Torin on the Discord chat while this is happening here, discussions are happening. Bepis has agreed to partnership and to do this for you guys. I'll say, Rosette, you hear all of this incoming right after you finish making your little copy of the map for him.
And that looks like it's our cue. She'll write, real quickly scribble down, pleasure meeting you. We hope to see you after, or once we're all out of this.
Yeah, there's a big, wide, happy smile.
She'll look to the other three, because this dude is not in the mental Discord, I'm telling you that right now. We probably should go help out with that.
I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
You'll be proud
Was
of
that-
me.
There's a fight. There's a fight in the other room.
I had to go save my mom and my dog from a frog.
Oh, what kind of frog?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Nice. Hope Frog is okay.
Yeah. Frog was apparently trying to get in the house every time my mom opened the door. My dog was already outside.
Let him in.
My mom was banging on the door and the frog wouldn't move, and then the dog was like, oh no, God, Mom is angry at me.
Oh.
So I had to get the frog away.
Alright. So, I need to use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back. I don't know if you heard the situation. Yeah, it gives you TLDR.
Yeah. So Yagra and Aaron are about. There seems to be a situation afoot with them and perhaps one of the patrons in the other room. Torin went into the other room and tried to break it up, could not quite manage it, and so is sending the jester back to summon the rest of us, but also popped into the mental Discord to be like, hey, there's a fight afoot. Rosette was like, pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Pepsi Man. I believe I just heard our cue, and has started departing.
Is this a room on the same floor that they are in?
Yeah, they went down the hall. To the place that the guy's in charge in. Whist is still running around consumed by the spirit of, I don't know, fucking Emerald Goss or something.
Yagra says that they didn't start it, that it was Aaron, and Aaron is not backing down, even though Torin is saying, come on, there's bigger fish to fry than this right here, get back to the kitchen.
Gotcha.
As Rosette calls, Whist turns, and I imagine somehow over the course of this, she's like found something like a bandana to wrap her hair in with the antlers poking out. Over the course of this 10 minutes, she's evolved into a food service worker. She's a line cook now. As she looks over and Rosette's like, you two, and Whist's like, but what am I gonna do about all this food? It's all gonna burn!
I mean, one way or another.
It's okay. Bethis stands up and he pats you on, I guess, your waist, because he can't reach your shoulder. He gestures for the apron back.
Wist will look at him, look at the apron. Suddenly, something about this apron is like meaningful to her. There's this moment of hesitation, but she recognizes
Mm-hmm.
if she. This is one of those situations where if she wears it too much longer, she will become the apron, and the apron will become her.
He looks at you like, no, this is my responsibility.
This is my burden to bear.
It's my burden to
Carry
bear.
on.
He looks at you with a hand out. He's like, I can take this. I've got one last shift to work.
All right,
This
well,
is your last shift.
I've got the bread, bacon, there's soup. Should be another 15 minutes or so. And Wist is just giving him the same rundown that he gave her.
He nods, putting the apron back on, looking more determined. The end is in sight.
Last call.
Last call. It's like the end of like he's got his own movie going on right here, where he's the chef protagonist. I didn't want to be a chef.
Aww.
But yeah, you see the fucking jingle jangle sound of a cartwheeling gesture coming back down the hallway. Just fucking. Has anything been said out loud yet?
No, just was like complaining about how her food's going to burn. I think.
Yeah, you see fucking Sybon just so confused. He's just like fucking leaning on the wall, just like, wait, what is happening? I thought you were gonna. I thought you liked the cooking? You're just quitting now?
I'm not quitting. There's a scrap about to happen.
Look of alarm. Like, what? Devil just looks so fucking tired. And he just shakes his head. Fucking facepalm. You just hear him just mutter, fuck, Yagra, not get into trouble. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Starts walking over.
Favorite, just
Orin's
stand
still
up.
like pulling on air and I'm like, there's bigger fish to fry in the kitchen.
Favorite stands up, straightens herself out, gives Beppis a pat on the shoulder. Yeah, I was about to say grab Sneaky Boots and kind of tugs him along. And looks at Beppis as she's over her shoulder as she's starting to walk out. In about an hour and a half, it will be a nice black powder barrel in the next room over.
He nods, gives a thumbs up. He pulled a bandana out of somewhere. He ties it on his forehead.
Wist looks at the man with just solidarity.
Passed over the bandana he already had on.
Yeah, he'll go back to cooking. You guys meet the jester halfway through the hallway. He's like, I have another riddle. What is something that some people want, but not everyone? Wait, no, that doesn't work for this context. Oh! You knew! My riddle was that good. Already. You walk past him. He's pulled out a piece of paper. He's starting to scribble. Workshop his new material. And you guys see a similar sight. Though at this time, you see all the guys on the left have gotten their hands on their weapons. They haven't drawn them yet. A good chunk of them are visibly inebriated. And you see the only one that does have a weapon out is Yagra, but she's not brandishing it to attack. She's more so having it in hand, kind of parallel to the ground, of kind of like a don't move. And you see the same sight. Aaron has got this guy over here, up by the scruff, pulling him half out of his seat. And Torin, you've been trying to get them to like go back to the kitchen. Come on, we got the soup's
Come
burning.
on. Like, there's things that are going to catch fire if we don't get back in there.
Yager probably joins in with you, Torin. He's like, yeah, we have like so much bread and
It's bread to bread.
and Aaron's having none of it.
Alright.
I would say that as you guys enter the scene here. Now, I don't think Torin or Yager have ever really met Aaron before, but Rosette and Wist have. And Rosette and Wist, because you guys did talk to her, as you turn, you see her in this kind of stalemate staring contest. She looks angry. Like, visibly infuriated. And you've never seen that before. Granted, you don't know her that well. You've only spoken to her a handful of times. But she's always seemed like a pretty easygoing person. But no, right now she looks like the face of like just pure anger. She's got this random schmuck in a fucking like death grip with the front of his shirt. What you guys doing?
About to leave her in here for her own demise.
Above table, is it like 100% clear that this is a fight? Like there is not a chance.
There is a chance.
Oh, curious.
That's why Torin hasn't started.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good opportunity for this.
Mm-hmm. I'll say the most aggressive people in the room are these two right here. Some guy in the corner is drunk, and he's just slowly eating.
Is that number 12?
Yeah, that's number 12 that Torin delivered to. Let me see. Charisma saving throws. You can use your charm divinity. Each person who fails to save is charmed by every other creature that also failed to save.
Let's see. How can I tell what my fucking DC is here?
If you want to look at your sheet, go to spells. It should be on the top.
Oh, okay. Wist, why won't your sheet open? Okay. We're waiting. Alright, spells at the top. 15.
Cool.
That's nice and big.
Nice and big. Alright. Do you want to go ahead and let me open this sheet up. And let me open this sheet up. Should have had all these opened beforehand, but we gone learn from my mistakes. These are DC 15, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's 1, 2. Nope, not Beppis. He's being a good boy. And a 3. Cool. So, what does this look like? I guess everyone else would also have to make the save. It's everyone within 100 feet.
Everyone, including most of the kobolds and the gazer.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's...
So wisdom?
It's a charisma save.
Like here, past here.
Yeah, it's everyone on this floor.
We're all going to be friends now.
You know what? Fuck it. Let me roll for the kobolds. Okay. Cool. And the gazers.
Well, that'll make planting the bombs here easier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right, party, everyone.
I totally failed. Torin is charmed. Wait, he has advantage against that, doesn't he?
Elf.
Should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
does
you would.
Rosette.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh well, I wouldn't have done it anyway.
My God, poor Torin. Poor blessed Torin.
Man.
That's an 11.
Rosette. I was like, 15's not that high. A bunch of people probably aren't gonna pass this.
Is Feyre the only one that passed?
Every fail, let's fail at the same time for this charm spell. Let's do it.
I think Feyre. I guess if both them and
rolled a 16.
yeah,
And then we roll, I guess, for Dabble too. Dabble will have advantage. Yeah, advantage.
yeah, because elf, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
No.
yeah. Everyone except Feyre failed.
well, wait a second. That's con.
Oh, that's con, yeah.
Sorry.
It's a
Advantage is there.
charisma.
Yeah. Except everybody except Feyre.
Or at least the friendly NPCs that you know of.
I think what this looks like is Wist just doing this, assuming again that nobody's looking at her because, she's just used to that. So she just starts getting out. You know what? She'll use the Beholder plushie as a focus for this.
Mm-hmm.
She takes one of the Beholder plushies out and then just tosses it in the air, and it explodes. But it explodes very cutely into a storm of wisteria petals that then swarm through the hallways and the rooms that we're in. They're illusory, but they're very pretty.
Okay. So you see, List, pretty much everyone, except for 2 people, not including Feyre, are charmed by this display of plushy peace and petals. You see all of these guys start sitting back down. Some of them catch the petals in their hand. You just look at it. He's like, "Oh, it's so pretty. Look." One of them is like, "Man, how does this taste?" Not good. Blech. They all sit back down and they go back to their drinks and their food. The 2 people who passed are these 2.
Of course.
Torin just sits down by number 12 and begins just chatting him up about his day.
Yeah.
Feyre, I imagine, is coming up behind Wist. It kind of like blinks. Confusion. Looks down at Wist. Looks back at the settling petals. Sees everybody except the 2 of concern are settling down. She nods. She understands the assignment. There's a door over here. She's gonna walk up and trying to do her best captain impersonation, because Erin's a military-esque person.
Yeah, she's captain of the Griffin Cavalry.
So she should have some mentality of responding and reacting to authority, or supposed authority. And Feyre just very firmly and very, not raising her voice as to not stir up shit again. Now, Captain, I think you need to be moving into the next room with this scuffle. Now.
Roll me a persuasion.
She's not telling her to drop him. She's not telling her to not fight him. She doesn't know what's going on, but she's just well, if we can keep it just between 2 of you.
I will say, with Wist's atmosphere of petals, and also not telling her to drop him and stop what she's doing, you can have advantage.
Cool, because I need it.
You're a swashbuckling warlock. What are you talking about?
I rolled a 2 the first time. I rolled a 18 this time before I add anything.
Okay, cool.
Persuasion. That's a 22.
Yep. And I'm gonna roll this real quick for Griffin. Yeah, okay. Yep. That makes sense. You say this. She hears you. There's a twitch. She looks over her shoulder. She gives you a nod. Looking very, I guess, devoid of the chill nature that she's displayed so far. And she just drags this man through this door.
Good, good, good.
He trying to struggle and free himself. But
Go hit him on the
yeah, a
head.
22 strength versus a 9 strength checks. Yeah, that ain't happening. He is
Wait.
moving whether he wants it or not.
Didn't Rosette get charmed too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rosette, what are you doing?
Oh, are we not allowed to move?
No, you're just
No, we're
charmed
just-
by everybody else who failed.
You think everybody
Yeah, it
else in
says
the room
we
is like your
rest.
best friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We rest and talk amongst ourselves,
Why don't you take a
share
s-
stories of our
I'll
lives.
take a seat.
Yeah, Torin, they've started up a card game. They're dealing you in.
Oh, deal me in. I love
Mhm.
this game.
Yeah. Rosette, you sit down, and this guy over here on the right starts talking about how he's planning a surprise
I
for
love
his niece
parties.
now. You know, spending a surprise party for his niece and all that. So this guy and him are starting to plan that. They've started asking you, girl, for suggestions.
Rosetta will be, writing furiously. Just be like, oh, well, how old is she? Maybe, is there anything in particular she likes? I think a surprise is a great idea. I know this wonderful shop that has some really cute dresses, if that's more her style.
Yagra's joining this game too because I didn't roll for her, and she also she got a 4 on that. Davil also failed, so he's joining this conversation with Rosette. And the Gazer's just vibing. He's just vibing. I'll say this corner over here on the top right is those who are not affected. Hold on, wait, I forgot a certain someone. There's so many fucking people hiding off screen because I'm zoomed in so much.
Is the jester affected?
Yeah, let me roll for them too. Where is his? You know what?
This is a lot funnier.
Zybon also passed. Congrats, buddy.
Sneaky Boots passed?
Sneaky Boots passed.
Hey.
It's like, what the fuck is happening to everyone? Let me see the jester. Let me see.
I don't think you need
He
to
also
roll. I was
passed.
about to say, I don't think you need to roll for the jester, though, because, like, if everybody's just chill and happy, I feel like it's like, hey, showtime.
Yeah, he's about to fucking climb onto this, like, stack of barrels and start, like, his routine.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. He passed, but he's taken this chance.
He's like, oh, I see something's afoot here.
For his new material. See, Zybon did pass. He doesn't really want to be in this room, but he doesn't really want to go with the rest of you into that, because he doesn't want to get involved in whatever the fuck that is. So he's just gonna start going back to hang out with Beppis, I guess. I think he'd rather be over there.
Did Beppis also fail?
Everyone is weird all of a sudden.
The kobolds are having a fucking rave over there, I bet.
Oh, fuck, man.
This is a very funny ability.
Yeah, everyone is this turned into just, like, a fucking, like, friendly function all of a sudden. Everyone's having a good time, except for these people. But yeah, you know what? He's gonna entertain himself by fucking with Torin. he's gonna quote unquote help Torin cheat, and by that I mean he's gonna feed Torin wrong numbers. But yes, everyone is having a good time. In this room here, Aaron throws this guy against the wall into corner.
You won't tell me exactly what the hell's going on.
She looks at you, Farah, and takes a breath in, lets it out, trying to temper herself. I was just delivering the food that Wisteria asked me to deliver when I heard them talking about something. She looks at the guy, and he just spits at her.
Now, I know you may not necessarily be the smartest man in the world considering who you joined up with, but I want you to remember this woman just dragged you bodily across the floor with you fighting and has still got you pinned off your feet on the wall. I think I would keep my mouth shut if I were you.
Kind of straightens up, fixes his collar. Bitch just got lucky.
Yeah, there's no saving you. If we're gonna be killing him, you need to be doing it fast.
She looks at you, and for a moment she considers it. But she just deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. No, I'm not going to kill him. Do you guys mind if I interrogate him privately?
Yes, because that's gonna take time.
Can I have 2 minutes?
Let me check something here. I might have something for this too.
Tell the truth,
Fucking
tell the truth, tell the truth.
Swiss Army whist. Give me a second here.
This is the beauty of 5e casting.
Well, I have Zone of Truth on my list, but I'm checking something else now. If I can fucking read. Here we go. Okay. List will sigh and then reach into her bag. And let me see. What would be a good symbol of this here? She'll take just a tiny little bit of wire attached to wall, lean back. She's going to use her lie detector ability from her boons. So I can select a creature I can see within 30 feet, and it must succeed a wisdom saving throw against the character's spell save DC, or be compelled to tell the truth. If the character succeeds the check, the character will still have advantage on inside checks against the creature.
I forgot you had that. Okay, cool. She has a wisdom save?
Yes.
Okie doke.
Is Wisteria explaining to Aaron what she is doing?
She will just, pardon me a moment. I have something that might speed up matters and cut down on any potential injuries.
She takes she lets you, she relent. Looks like she's gotten her temper back in check. Lost her cool for a second, but it's back. Also, he got a fucking nat 1.
Okay, buddy.
Pharaoh's just like, see, Wist is up to something. Looks at Aaron, looks at the dude. Does Aaron look like she is more than capable of handling this guy?
Yeah.
She will
Between...
just...
Sorry, good.
She just, like, You see the mental calculations run. She gives a nod. She pats Whist on the shoulder. I will leave you to make sure that this runs quickly and efficiently and quietly. Yes? And gives another pat on the shoulder, and she will move off this way to go deposit some gunpowder barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Whist, nod, smile. Aye, Captain.
Now say, try to tell the truth. If the creature succeeds a check, the creature will still have advantage on inside checks against the creature. So, Whist, there's no, like, parameters for, like, keeping it up.
No, there's no parameters for keeping it up.
Yeah, so I'll say that you can just, if you want, just leave this here. Or you can stay for the scene. And hear the conversation.
Whist will supervise. You can sum up the thing if you want, but she will supervise because she's been given a job and she takes that seriously.
Okay, cool. Cool. I'll say that Erin is going to ask if Whist is going to stay here, if she can keep this a secret.
Whist will nod, although she'll be as long as it doesn't get anybody else hurt. Aye, a bit of the patient doctor privilege, perhaps.
She nods, and this guy tries to make a break for it, but just one hand on his fucking chest, boom, back into the wall, still looking at you, Whist. Yeah, just, can you promise that you're not going to tell anyone else about what you hear today? That includes your friend over there.
Is the guy is asking that?
No, Erin's asking you.
Erin's asking. Oh God.
Erin's asking you. Can you keep a secret, Whist, including can't tell anyone else, including your friend over there, nodding to where Feyre went.
We need to start teaching Whist about the crossing your fingers behind your back thing.
It's lying. You want the girl to fucking...
Is it lying when you're doing something very specifically that's is technically
literally
obviously
lying? I will say, no, that's literally lying.
You can...
I'll give you the choice here.
The calculus is very obvious on Wist's face.
Mm-hmm.
To the...
I'll say that you can either say, yes, you can, and then you have to keep it a secret, and I will message you what the conversation is. Mm-hmm. Or you can have Whist not want to have to hide stuff from her friends and just have her step away and not know what they're going to talk about.
Whist? I will raise you, or I will offer you instead, that Whist is clearly doing some mental calculus here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even from your friends, like that one over there. There's this just, oh no. And she thinks about it. I can promise you I'll do my best, and I will not treat it as a light matter.
She shakes her head. It's like, no, you can't tell anyone else about this.
Whist was given a job to do. So she, with just various shades of red and oh no, and kind of sweating. All right. I will not tell anybody.
Right. All right. So, you carry on with the interrogation, and Whist, you have learned some cursed knowledge. Alright. Meanwhile, Farah, what's happening inside here is close to, it went from professional, chef kitchen, to, fucking lazy town, if you want to bake a cake style kind of cooking.
Oh boy.
They're having a good time. They're having a great time, actually. No one pays you any mind. If you want
Cool.
to just start setting up barrels.
Cool. That's exactly what she's doing.
Meanwhile. So it's easy enough, you're just stacking them up. You already have a plan for him.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in this other room, here, you see that Torin, would you like to try and win some money with card game?
Oh my, yes. And he'll slap Zybon on the shoulder and be like, how much you willing to bet on me?
Just nothing.
Well, you don't have to say in so many words you're broke, but if you had money.
He looks at you. He's like, I'm not broke. Jeez, I just don't think you're gonna win. But fine. I guess I'll bet you 1 gold. He reaches for his pocket. Taps his pocket. Checks his other pocket.
Oh.
Slowly looks at you, Torin.
What?
Doesn't have his wallet on him.
Oh.
Because he was just
You mean
a
you
prisoner.
lost it?
He was just a prisoner. He doesn't have his wallet. He's like, okay, I'm not. Just because I don't have any gold on me right now doesn't mean that I'm broke, okay?
Mm-hmm. Don't tell anyone. He puts a rock on the table. This is worth a lot to me. And puts it in the middle of the table.
You know what? Everyone's having a good time. The guys will take it. You're putting in your rock to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yagra puts in a pretty cool tooth, like a shiny fang from a monster of some sort, as her thing. And
we're gambling for trinkets. I love it.
Mm-hmm. The other guys just put in gold.
If only
they don't mind.
Here.
So, go ahead and are you going to try and play honestly or are you going to try and cheat? If you want to play honestly, playing a card game.
He's not smart enough to cheat, so he's probably going to play honestly.
I was going to say, yeah, we'll do 3 rounds, all right? They are going to be, hold on, are you proficient in card? Or in something?
I don't know, because I don't think we put any of that kind of stuff on his sheet on here.
Yeah, I guess not. But you can either roll me intelligence checks. You can roll me either deception or sleight of hand if you'd want to cheat. Unless you have an argument for something else. They even take a performance if you want.
What can he do?
Not intelligence.
No. And not intimidation, because that got thrown out the window with the let's all have a good time and do the things.
Yep.
I guess we're going to have to play this straight, because there's not a lot he's good at.
Roll me a performance then. You're okay at those. Okay. Would you believe it?
Horrible.
You won. Torin, you're going to win 20 gold.
Woo!
More importantly, your rock back.
Yeah.
And a tooth. From something big. And alright, and going over to Rosette, you've discovered 2 things. One, this guy here cares a lot about his niece. This guy here doesn't know jack shit about what women like, and that's probably why the other guy rips on him for being single all the time. And a third surprising thing that you learn, because Davil joins your conversation, is Davil knows a lot about what to gift women. And knows a lot about what to gift a niece. And just girls in general. But alright. But yeah. I'll say that fair by the time you're done.
He's been around fucking long enough.
Oh yeah.
It's a hand up.
It's a hand up. He just looks at it. He just crosses his arms and just turns away. He's just like, no, I don't want your hand up. It's not even a thing.
Torin's just charmed and just we're like, you don't have to be so prideful amongst friends. Take the money.
Just so lets out a sigh. He's like, fine. One. Happy? Are you happy now?
Remember, Simon.
I mean, I've been this is the happiest.
Yeah, can't shank him. He'll take the hand up, quote unquote, but he will mutter that hand up isn't a thing. It's not. Like, not even topside. That's not a fucking thing. But fine. Take the 1 gold and put it in his pocket.
Torin just nods and puts his rock back in his pocket.
Alright. Yeah, I'll say that you all finish up with your things, even though this effect is going to last a long while, so Whist and Faye are going to have to round everyone up.
How does Whist and Aaron look as Fear comes back around the corner?
I'm typing it up now.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell, so forgive me.
That's fair. Oh, that's interesting. You said cursed knowledge. I was not expecting this. I'm leaned over so close right now. You don't even know. Okay. And is that about the size of it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I feel like the conversation was fairly tense. And as Feyre starts approaching, a very clearly tense Whist is like interceding and like trying to give them time to cut things off before they say anything they don't want to say. You know? Just in a hold up.
I will say that it did get pretty, like, vicious. Because it's either this guy has a death wish, or he's trying to bluff his way out of this by trying to pick a fight with Aaron. But, yeah, he tries to pick a fight. It doesn't work out well. He is unconscious. On the floor. By the time Feyre comes around.
Whist just looks very stressed, as usual. But it has a bit of 1,000-yard stare to her. 1,000-yard, you know. Well, matters weren't they as bad as they could have been?
Yep, we're done here. We can just, continue with your plan. Did you get the barrels up already, or do you still need help with that?
narrowing of the eye, looking from Whist to Aaron to the body, back to Whist. Did you break my doctor? I'll have a problem if you broke the doctor.
I don't think I did anything to break her. I mean, she was a really big help, with her magic that she did.
Thank you. Wist
don't-
clearly in bullied state.
In bullied state?
Yes, she's very stressed. She seems stressed.
It's like Aaron just like rubs the back of her head. It's like I just talked to him, and
I know.
that's about it, really.
It looks like Wist wants to say something, but she just keeps staring.
Imagine Farah just kind of like leans forward just a tiny bit so that her gaze is more, because she's only a few inches taller than Wisteria, but leans down just enough so that her eye line is more Wisteria level. And looks her up and down, and then looks at Aaron again. You see the doubt.
Don't know what it is. It didn't do anything. I'll be fine.
You fucking broke the doctor. That's real nice.
She just holds up her hands, like I don't know how I broke her. I just
You can't tell me if she like did something mean. She might be a fancy god, but you know, can't say.
It wasn't anything mean. It was a simple conversation that well, I would tell you more, but I can't. So
And you say like as soon as Whist is like, I can't. It's like you see the eyebrow go up. You caught the doctor in a no.
What?
Come back here.
not done.
No.
Okay, she'll suck and top. Opens door, closes door. It's like, what? Shouldn't we regroup with everyone else?
What kind of promise did you extract from the doctor?
She blinks, because Aaron doesn't know about Whist and her complexes.
she doesn't have the lore document.
Yeah, she doesn't know.
She's like, that's a weird elf.
It's like,
Is
it's
it
like,
a secret?
could be a
that
tiefling, too.
Wisteria is Fae, like, or is it just like
I
people
wouldn't
don't
say
know
it's a
Fae?
secret. I wouldn't say it's a secret. It's probably that people just don't know. Is what I would. That's my point of view on it.
Yeah.
If you want to change it, that's okay.
Yeah, that's also how I kind of view of it. Okay, girl with antlers. Okay. I don't know why she's got them.
Weird elf shit. Whatever.
Could be elf, could be something else. None of my business. Could be a tiefling, honestly. But she just looks at her, just like, I just asked her to not tell anyone what she overheard, because it's pretty important.
And Farah will again lower just a couple inches, look at Whist in the eye. Is that the only thing she made you do?
Whist is she's taking deep breaths now, as if it's not puking, but it's certainly, I can feel the weight of something on me. And she's like, it's just the promise. Aaron didn't harm me. No foul. No fouls.
Aaron looks a little, I guess, sad, offended. It's like, I wouldn't hurt her. I would never do that.
I'm thinking you would, because I know you're smarter than that. Just Fae are a little particular about their promises, and I imagine there is like a
Light bulb.
touching on like a horn and just like a little jiggle.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought she was just nervous all the time.
So you did set her in a little bit of a trap if you drew a promise out of her.
Sorry about that. I didn't know.
It's alright. It's fine.
If you're gonna puke on him.
Oh, I'm not gonna puke. It feels like I'm wearing a sweater. I've not broken in yet, and it's all itchy.
Farrah looks at Aaron
Mhm.
and then just like both hands towards West and like the see? You broke the doctor.
She just looks sheepish. Sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, sorry about that. But, it's too late now. Promise is already made. But why don't we just go back with the others and continue our mission?
Look, if you're plotting to do some bullshit in the city, you might as well tell us now because we'll end up fighting later anyway.
She kind of tilts her head. She thinks about it. I'll tell you if I can't just handle things myself. I'll probably need help later, if you guys don't mind, but for now, I'd like things to be under wraps for as long as I can have it be. But if I do reach out, the people I met down here are the first ones I'm gonna reach out to.
If you can handle it on your own. Well, that's smart.
Wist is turning a deeper shade of red and sweating slightly more.
Farrah
I
will
think we
reach
should just
out,
drop
grab her
this.
shoulders, and turn her just a little bit towards the unconscious dude.
Yeah, I don't. She looks like she's in pain. I think we should just not talk about it.
Look, how about we do it this way? And Farrah will kind of breeze by Aaron and close the door. So it is definitely just them.
Mm-hmm.
You, as far as I can figure, owe me and the rest of the group a very, very important debt for getting you out of there. You
She looks more on edge as you say this.
tell me what's going on, and you can consider that debt to me at the very least repaid. And that way, she stops looking like she's gonna turn into a tomato.
I'm gonna need a persuasion check. It's gonna be a really, really high DC though.
Does Wist, her general pathetic aura help here?
No, unfortunately not.
I should have known it wouldn't work on a cop.
Damn cop.
No, unfortunately, Wist, you know the magnitude of how important this is.
I do.
So you see why she's like, she didn't even want Wist to know. This is very bad if more people know. What'd you say, Z?
It's another 22.
Well, unfortunately, that is not high enough. And she considers it for a second. And she thinks. But then she shakes her head. No, look, I'm sorry, but I can't. At least not yet. I don't even know if what I found out is true or not, and I don't want more people knowing about it and causing a whole bunch of issues and chaos. If there's anything else you need that I can pull strings for, I'll gladly do it to repay you, or even money to actually just repay you if you want that instead. But I can't tell you this, at least not yet.
And Farah just kind of like sizes her up as she's refusing again. And she'll step just a little closer. Imagine, like, they're probably roughly equal in height, but Erin is probably much broader than Farah is.
Yeah.
But she's
How
still
tall is Farah?
6 something, I think. Not
Yeah,
very
Erin's
much.
about that height, a little over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Tall, wide, girl.
Farah just kind of steps a little closer and like sizes her up, and there's a tilt of the head,
Mm-hmm.
and then a flash of the fangs and a little grin. Other than that, debt remains. Think about it. Telling a little bit of information is probably the easiest way to pay it back. I will be keeping track of it. And she will give a solid pat on the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Just veiled threat.
Yeah. Okay.
And Farah will look past to Wist, who is, imagine, still tomato.
Yeah. Very, very tomato, taking some breaths. Hasn't puked. She's trying so hard.
Don't worry, Wist, we'll get figured out at some point. And once we get out of here, if you feel like puking, it's now on the captain.
I gave her the option to not hear it. She was really insistent that she had to.
Wist just is taking even more deep breaths now.
And Farah just like shakes her head slightly and looks at the captain. And she's very clearly human, right?
Yep, she human.
It's like, a little piece of advice in the future. If somebody is really insistent about something, there's probably an extra little something going on in the back. That everybody gets to come and go with everything.
And she nods. She has a little tilt of the head. Thanks. And I'm assuming you already know this, considering you guys seem pretty close. But just in case you aren't aware, I'm pretty sure that she is gonna do whatever you say. Even if she doesn't want to. So just be careful, you know?
And looks past her towards West. Yeah. But she knows that I let her say no and that she's uncomfortable, right, West?
Wist will still scrambling to take a breath, but stands up and is seeming to stabilize a bit more now. And I do know that. I do know that.
Farah nods, looks back at her, and maybe I need to be calling you Sneaky Boots instead. Opens the door. Come on, we got more barrels to place.
She'll follow. She's like, okay. Want to go in here anyway. Also, Iris, answer my question.
What was the question? I didn't see any questions.
Look at Rosette chat.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Here, I'll add a question mark.
No, I had the thing open, or the Golder section open, but scrolled up, so it didn't give the chat had a new notification section. So sorry about that. And I'll have you know, writing something down is not telling someone.
I'm telling you now. Above table, no.
She will puke.
We're gonna give
This is
Wisteria a fucking stroke at this rate.
like this was a hard choice. You can either know it and not tell anyone, or you can not know it.
So, like, legitimate question though.
Mhm.
Isn't it psychosomatic? Or is she like Faye literally can't tell lies in this setting?
Both, I think.
Both. Not everyone can not everyone reacts like Whis does. But generally Faye can't really lie. They like to, silver tongue it. Some Faye in my setting, how I'm running it, can lie. Those are exceptions.
Okay.
Like, for example, unless, Mandy, you want to run it that way, I'm not going to have those same restrictions to Torin for reasons.
Yeah.
Well, the elves, like, in, like, the 5e lore, the elves, if I'm not mistaken, that are in the Feywild are not native to the Feywild originally. They ended up there. So they have some of the Feywild weirdness of other Fey creatures because they've been there so long, but that it is not in their blood like it would be with true Fey.
Sorry for the side question. I couldn't remember.
Everybody runs Fey a little bit differently.
No worries.
Yep. But yeah, everyone's having a merry old time. Torin, I feel like at this point, are you still trying to be nice to Zybon? Because friend charm?
I mean, it's an hour, yeah, so.
Yeah, it is an hour. I feel like at this point, Zybon has been reduced to a flustered, angry, but mostly flustered of like, I stop handing me gold to bet with. I don't want it. Fucking fine, I'll take it.
Well, if you bet on me, you're just giving it back anyway.
Yeah, it's like, fine, I'll put fucking a gold for this guy, you know? But he looks up, his ears have turned like a bit pink at the situation. He looks up, sees the rest of them enter the room. He's just, oh, thank fucking God. Okay, we gotta go. Pack it up. Get your rocks. Get your gold. I don't want any of it. Just get up. He's pushing Torin.
I'm having lots of fun. This is the first time we've had fun since we got down in this hole.
Yeah, I wonder why. Just get up. We gotta go.
Begrudgingly. All right, fellas, you have a great night. We'll be in the kitchen if you need us.
Cheers with their drinks.
As she is passing by, kind of taps one knuckle, not hard, but just taps one knuckle on the top of Rosette's head. Tugs Davil's cloak to get him up.
He's up.
So this is the guy that has woman troubles, right?
Yeah, this one.
I imagine Rosette had moved over to this side and was writing, like, having kind of a therapy session with this guy. Like, look, women can be hard to understand sometimes, but you have to be sincere. And just like writing this whole long thing about what women like and just how to build connections and like full on therapy. going on over here. She pats his shoulder while handing him the notepad kind of thing.
Yeah, he'll take it. He is very like, oh my god, you would know, right? You like, okay, cool. He's taking it all down. He's reading it. He's taking it all to heart. Maybe one day.
I'm sure the right lady's out there for you, my dude.
Nods, shaking his head. Downs another drink. A little choked up. Eventually, you all extricate yourselves from your various new friends. Because it's still going up. It's a fucking hour. Yagra has done nothing but lose money.
So I'm assuming we're planning a birthday party at Troll School, right? That's what's happening here.
No, because if this is a child, this is a bar.
Yeah, it is a child.
There are
It's like 10.
daytime.
No, it's a bar.
It's a tavern.
It just means bar with food.
Exactly, with food.
Is this like how Dave and Buster's also serves alcohol?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will also point out the sad side of things. All these new friends are about to be dead in an hour.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing.
Fair's just like...
Thanks,
I feel
Wiz,
like-
for us letting us
I'm
get
sorry!
friends with these people.
I feel like Feyre, on some level, feels like she is hurting a bunch of drunk people. Leave, stop. Nope, you don't need to talk to them anymore. We're leaving, we're going upstairs.
God, Torin, these guys really want you to do another drink, and Jesus fucking Christ. Zybon is both hands on your back, just push with all of his fucking weight. It's not much. But he's like, no, we don't need another drink. Next time we'll come back. Next time. Just fucking go!
He begrudgingly, be right back in a sec. We'll be cooking up something else and bringing it back, I reckon.
Yep, just fucking go. Just go. Fucking what are you, a wall? Go!
I mean, yeah.
If Rosette doesn't get up, Feyre will steal the beholder, like, small one. It's like, okay, you're gonna follow this.
No, Rosalind will get up. She's patting your shoulder while she's getting up. She dusts her pants off a bit. It's like, it's a pleasure meeting you. Blah blah blah.
I feel like she gets trapped in a thank you so much. Oh my god.
Just constantly flipping to the page of, you're welcome anytime, stuff like that. As she's trying to, like, take steps back and then also, like, stop, take steps back.
But okay. Eventually you all get out of this area. Jester had a wonderful time. He went through one of his new sets that he wrote. So he'll hop down and follow.
Feyre will hand the gazer to Wisteria once they're around the corner. Here's something for you to cuddle.
Wisteria is in dire need of something to cuddle. And she's cuddling very closely.
Yeah.
This will be a lesson to me not to leave you alone with anybody in the future.
There's a pathetic Wisnug look, and then I can be trusted.
Oh no. That's not the fact that I can't trust you. Probably the fact I trust you a little too much.
There's a momentary pause. Oh, thank you for earlier. Nobody really puts things together like that fast. And
I'm
it
learning to
did
read
mean
the reds.
She looks down into the beholder. There's a lot of them.
Makes it real easy to figure out what you want to say without you needing to say it.
Pause. Oh yeah? What am I thinking now?
Looks over at Wisteria. Oh, I hope it's not an apology again.
Shakes her head, small laugh. No, it's not an apology.
A pat on the head. Yeah, there we go. You're starting to find your words again. That means you won't be upright and walking tall in here in a few minutes.
As soon as I get used to this, no wait,
Pharaoh just kind of like lean down a little bit, kind of whisper, "Yeah, I won't be worried about that weight being on you too long." She's sitting there like, if I need to get help when I can't handle it myself, she's not going to be able to handle it herself. That's the first thought comes to your mind. She's like waves her hand as she straightens up again.
There's another red from Wist of I want to say something, but I can't. There's in fact a strange stiffness as if she was going to make some bodily gesture and is forbidden from doing so.
It's like a head to toe. And you agree, huh?
Off.
We'll tell Rose and Tora and all the rest of them once we get out of here, because whatever she's doing, imagine we don't have to worry about it until we get out of here in one piece, right?
There's another stiffness. She's just holding on to this beholder.
Squeeze him much harder, you're gonna pop his eyeball out.
It's not entirely voluntary.
Yeah, I probably should stop asking you questions, huh?
For an hour or so.
Feyre just nods, and she will reach into a pocket, and I imagine she doesn't have a big one, but she has a little flask of like straight tequila or something. Hands it over.
There's a immediate imbibe. Unless you stop her, she will drink the whole thing.
Feyre doesn't care.
Drinks whole thing, hands it back. Thank you. Oh, that one's got a bit of a burny taste, though.
Yeah, it's usually the thing that scrambles your brains really good once you've drunk a little too much of it. The entire purpose of having it, in fact.
Wist looks at it, then just laughs. Oh, I'm doing this all wrong.
Is Rosette upset that she doesn't have something to squeeze now?
No, she's upset that she's hurting her new buddy. She's gonna
There's
hand
some
it to
squirming.
Wist. Yeah, she's gonna hand the plushie to Wist and save her buddy now.
Like the Indiana Jones swap.
Yes. Just the pat on the shoulder just to get her to loosen the grip a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then the Indiana Jones swap.
Escape.
She tries her best and she manages to loosen it just a bit. Indiana Jones swap. Right back to squeezing.
I imagine little Gazer Buddy is squishy enough that there's a slight, like, indent.
No.
He's a little oblong for a bit.
I'm
And he
so
kind of
sorry.
shakes.
I'm so sorry, Gazer Buddy.
He is outside of Whisk's reach now.
It's the like when you have an extra fluffy dog or cat and like you hug them
Yeah.
and then it's like squished down for a few seconds until the fur slowly returns to normal.
Yeah, but it's not like fur, it's squishiness. He'll slowly go back to sphere in a few minutes, but it's gonna take a bit.
And Feyre will inform Rosette very like directly, like the general overview of what happened.
Yeah, as you guys are
Okay.
walking, you've got this
Points.
Discord.
So, is this through DMs or the group chat?
DMs, so that she knows
Got it.
why Wisteria is has regressed a stage or two.
Has regressed to Nugget.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about that, but understood.
And I think that's everything on this floor, so we can just go back up, right?
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
upstairs.
Up here.
You guys can go back upstairs. Alright, everyone group up. Let me grab these guys. Oh,
Oh,
no, not
okay.
that. There we go.
They all ran. Okay.
This chunk. Right over here.
Me at the start of session. I'm gonna change Whist back to regular Whist. There will be no Nug this session.
I don't
Me,
feel bad
2
at
hours
all.
later, she is Nug.
I don't feel bad at all, because this is all self-inflicted.
And to be fair, you also, while regular whist, managed to make this entire floor 100% easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Alright, don't move yet. No one move yet. Okay.
No one moved. She has a gun.
She's
No one
shooting
move!
things.
I have a gun. And I am going to go ahead and ask one of you, roll me a d4.
On it.
Oh.
I got a 3. Oh, you already rolled, sorry. You got your choice of a 3 or a 4.
Where are we? Oh, we're down there. Okay.
Further down.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and go... You know what? Fuck it. We'll go with both. Alright, you guys are free to move.
I was about to say, though, I feel like unless there's something specific you're trying to get to, it might be a good place to pause it for tonight before we get into the middle of something else and have to stop.
There's one thing, not I want to get to. It's more so if you guys are going to trigger something or not.
Gotcha.
I'm down to keep going a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I have till 11, so.
Yeah, so if you guys
is
can...
no longer in the Roll20.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
why... Yeah. That's why I'm just like, if you guys get to this and you do trigger it, we're going to end it there. If not, then... Nope, we'll just end not there.
Well, we can go ahead and put some barrels here, because there's supposed to be barrels here somewhere. Around these pillars.
You want to go ahead and just draw on the map where you've already put barrels? Cool. Now, another question. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to need stealth rolls.
What is your stealth, sir?
I rolled a 3, so that's not boding well. And this is around the same time where I think Wist also fucked up her stealth. Let me see what she has for her bonus. 4. I got a grand total of a 7, Chief.
Understood.
It's a 10 on Dabble.
Cool.
A 19 on the Feyre.
All right. Rosette?
24. I rolled it in the roll 20.
Oh, I see it. Okay. And what did Favor get again?
19.
Got some pretty low lows and some pretty high highs. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna roll for him too. Because right now we're kind of in the middle for things. Let's see how stealthy the Jester can be. With his fucking little jingly hat. Apparently very. Above table, thank the Jester for having that check pass. So yeah, you guys can set up the barrels. Nothing happens.
Cool.
As you start setting it up, you do hear footsteps in the distance. Not far, but it sounds like they're going in your direction.
From the big hallway? Or from the fish people?
Both? Question mark? It's kind of hard to gauge.
Well, next set of barrels have to go out into the big hallway, so that's where we are going now, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Unless somebody else disagrees.
Yeah, we could go there.
I can't see which direction y'all went because walls.
Up.
So
Up and left.
Up
Oh,
and
up.
left.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because essentially what it looks like is we're going to be going back the circle that we walked, and then going down from the audience chamber.
Down this way.
Yeah, so like
Right.
out into this way, and we came down the major hallway to get here first time to go downstairs. We're going up, so we're just reversing our path from Thorvin's shop.
Okay.
Hmm.
Pharaoh, peek around the corner. Double check.
Peeking around the corner. Roll me perception.
$17.
Okay. Feyre, you hear the footsteps more clearly now. They are coming from down here. Oh.
One footstep or many footsteps?
Many.
Shit.
And above table here, I always want to see if you guys will start combat or not. If you guys trigger combat, we'll end session.
Feyre, so we have to get at least one more barrel in the middle here.
You have to get 3
I know, but the other
sets
one's
of
up here.
barrels.
It's like there's one down here, there's one here in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and another one up here.
Ah, yes.
So Feyre will turn around, Spot, Tord, and Yagra. She's just going to hand a barrel to each of them. Now, we're gonna be going back up into the right into that little door on the hallway. You're gonna drop a barrel right outside the pillar to that door, and then you're going in the door. No mess, no fuss, right? Right, cool.
Okay, so Mandy did step away.
Mhm.
So what exactly are you trying to do here? You're just trying to drop barrels and run?
Yeah, she's going to drop a barrel here and run because she is faster than those two.
Okay.
And then
I
she's
will
telling them as they go up here
Mhm.
to drop barrels here.
Okay. I will let you know that if you just drop a barrel of smoke powder in this hallway and it's discovered by one of the bad guys, they're not just gonna leave it there.
So we have to fight them.
Or if you want, you can either fight them, you can try and wait and have them pass and not be seen. But if you just try and drop barrels right before they go through this hallway, they're gonna be like, why is there a bunch of gunpowder barrels here? Because they're not like, oblivion NPCs.
See, I understand what you're saying, but then that just turns
Okay.
around in my head of well, then we're not guaranteed any of the barrels will ever stay because we're not guaranteed that anybody will ever we don't know if anybody's gonna walk through this hallway again. Anyway.
Also true. If you want to take the time and try and hide them, you can try, but it will take time. And I will say that downstairs, those are fine because the first room, the crypt room, you could probably tell no one really goes down there. And the other room, the kobolds are still charmed for an hour. They don't really care. Their main mission is to cook, and that's about it. So the only ones you have to worry about being discovered are the ones up here on the more active floor. Do you want to just call it here and have you guys sit on this?
Yeah, because to me, the only thing that comes into my head is, well, then we have to kill everybody to make sure that everything stays where it's supposed to.
So we're setting one right here.
We have to
Between these
set
two pillars?
3 sets in this hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, 3 separate sets. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
a lot.
Doable.
A lot.
You can either fight everyone, or you can take the extra time to try and hide the barrels and have them not be obvious. But if you just run and drop them, they're probably going to be seen.
I say take the extra time, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm fine with taking the extra time if necessary. But it's also, we can also call it here if you like. Good thinking spot.
Yeah, I'm cool with calling it here with what you guys want to do.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you for session.
That fucking ability whisk, goddamn, that just changed everything. That was fun.